coming at y'all with my red Android 17 and 18 profile. I've been experimenting with it with a lot of different variations, but I decided to go to base one. What I mean by that is giving it the old gamma approach, which is consistent and maximize my ratios of the original archetype, and that's what I did. So we'll go with that just to start off. I know a lot of people set that as the zenith, but we'll probably eventually climb back up to the next level on this, but this is what I wanted to start off with. First, we got our leader, Android 17 and 18's pretty good value for what it is. This got a new anniversary art. Through the anniversary support, drop my card. But these androids basically main function is to kill Dr. Zeros and get value by pumping out androids every turn. You get a free one. Also, you get to pump up your androids. There was a lot of ideas I wanted to throw in, but we wanted to keep this base version focused, as I said before. Draw to Awaken does a lot of good things. Going on to the deck, and we'll explain more later. We're starting off with 4 of the androids. This is like your main go-to, the ones you want to put underneath stuff and get underneath your Z card to begin with. Enables barrier and critical, and that's important when you pushing for damage. Then we got a 2-2 split on the new anniversary box support. Besides those is 2 Android 19. You kind of build up Z energy in the beginning and can play your androids to set up for the first 2 or 3 turns, and then your engine is up and running. But for consistency, we're running 2 Android 16s, and which puts stuff under my my West City and plays itself. But this is also like a searcher, which I can just play for 0 energy if I have no battle cards. That's his gimmick. Then we're rocking a 3-3 split of the red android and the 18 android, 17 and 18. They basically do the same thing. You can play them out for 1. Also, when they go under West City, which is like a West City deck, they get to put another 17 or 18 when they go under the West City, which once per turn you can put them under there. Next, we got the big guys and girls now. Starting off with 17. He's like the main one you summon because he got double strike, or can gain double strike. Followed by the utility of 18 based on the situation. She negs stuff and can also neg unison cards, just like the Gohan does in the other Saiyan version, Future Trunks version. And for our bigger bombs for turn 3, turn 4, depending on if you go first or second, we're rocking 2 of the 6 drop. I've seen a lot of people float between 2 to 4 of these, more often at 3, but we were kind of stingy with it and just doing 2 of the 8 drop. This is where you don't need this card until turn 4, essentially, because you won't get the maximum height of it, of what it can do, until turn 4, especially combined with another card in our Z deck, which we'll explain later. Going on to our last utility of the deck, which is our 4 Android super combo. We intend to build Z energy early and often, and with 19 it's an easy build up, so this is as live as turn 2, turn 3. Then for our negates, we're running final battle. This is very slept on. Also can be a pseudo negate that gives you access to your life. And for our fourth negate, we got a Dispo, Spirit Boost to negate the attack, or you can just pay 1 for it. I like this because we have a Unison in the Z deck for Spirit Boosting cards like this and a Dispo, which is a +2. And whenever I got a +2 Unison, I like to use these type of cards. And then we go to our 4 flexes, or 4 extenders, I would say. First, we go with a classic. If you know, you know. Bodyguard Logic. Definitely, when they starting off with a body, so do I. Same principle as this. We do a lot of negging, so when a card is negged, it's going to play itself. Also, it has a secondary effect and a drop to neg something by 15 by paying the energy. And then Vegeta, when something is spirit boosted, you can play this out your hand. And it's a 15k crit. So it's going on their last swing, negate spirit boost, and play a Vegeta. So you have a 15k crit swinger for the following go round. And going into your turn 3, if one of your cards get removed, you can just play this nice little tech just to supplement that, and just another 20k body, just because something's been red that's been removed on your side of the field. Really good. These are my 4 flexes. You can run what you want, but this is what I chose to incorporate for my flex space to extend my push turns. And to follow that up, we're running 2 King Vegetas. Can't use the bottom part because we're not Saiyans, but you still can use the top part, which you can negate those skills that play for 1 energy without paying the energy costs. This was mainly in there for it, and to ensure our victory through like dormants or some D-magics and stuff like that. That's why we run it. Then we have 2 Overrealms, SS3 Trunks. I always like this, and this is like the cheapest double strike besides the Goten that I'm aware of. And for our bigger closeout, Mirror Assault from the Sky. Your 2 Overrealms can be substantive to whatever one you like, but this is just my flavor of the month. This for like turn 2, turn 3, and this is for like turn 4, turn 5, if it gets to turn 5, just to close out. And also, if you don't close out, you can stand the energy at the end of the turn and just have it up for defense for a negate, I guess. Because generally, if you're doing this right, you want to, up until turn 4, you want to maximize all of your energy, unless you're playing Black Pan or something, where just some common sense, just to let them go all out first before you clap back. Then for our last 2 cards, my secret rare of choice is Vegito. This seemed like simple to me, or simple no-brainer to me. I wanted something that costs 0 energy, or when I played it, it ended the game. And usually, how by deck design, that's usually on turn 4, but you probably could win earlier depending on how you curve out, or how well your opponent's hand, the strength of their defense in their hand is. But sometimes it don't even get to this. And for the last card, we got Yamcha, just because it's free defense and it segues into our Z deck. Going on into our Z deck. What we run for the Z deck, starting off with 3 Android 16s. This is the kind of like the general plus engine of the deck, and it's a +2. I love my +2 unisons, especially when they cost 1 energy. Also, he has a -4 just to boost up your 17 and 18. But for the most part, we're using it for the +2 for the most part. And that top effect, which gives him an extra +10 just so he can push. I think the Videl is like that too from the Great Saiyaman deck. Then we got the West City and Exceldance. This, I don't know why they made this superior to the Final Hope and the Future Trunks and Gohan deck. Because, is it just me, but by how this read, you can just keep doing this every turn. I'm like, that's wild. I know the Trunks one, it removes itself from the game. This one, you just place it back up under West City. And I'm like, that's insane. I guess since the defense is generically weak unless you inject a lot of high staples defense into it. But I just want to do what it does best, which is swing at you a lot. But like I said before, this is like the other value engine. You place an Android under there, which you can play from under there later, and you draw a card. Going on to our other Z cards, we're running 3 Dr. Gero. This is the card that kind of get you going early. Almost always go through 2 of every game. 3 is just in case it needs to happen. Because I know, like I showed you before, our Android 20 also plays this from the Z deck. So you definitely go through 1 or 2 of those to set that up. And I always like to have a third one just in case. Even though it costs some Z extra deck space. But it is well worth it. And then we got our Android 14 and 15. Let me move that up so y'all can see it. Usually I drop this between turn 3, turn 4, depending on how much Z energy I built up. But usually turn 4 to coincide with my big bomb, because this gets reduced if you have like a 7 or higher Android card on the field. Also, it swings twice, and for another nifty thing that it does, it can combo one of your Androids from the drop, negating the skills. It can even combo your super combo, so making it a 25k dual attack swing for 1 swing. And also, when it blocks on your opponent's turn, it stands back up, which is really, really nifty. Definitely might experiment with this going into the Masters Cups, which is going to be best out of 3. And I can't just high roll them and just steamroll. Gotta have some defensive strategy, but that's what the side is for. And the side is using some of the new cards. Red Scouter, really good in keeping the heat off the leader. Explosive Dance, because we have to. Just to check that pressure gauge. Then we got 2 Wolfang, just for like certain decks that like to pressure you with 15Ks. Then on the opposite end, we got 2 Violent Rays for those decks that want to pressure you with over 30Ks. And 25Ks in the middle. But then we gotta have some for the counter plays, which Peel Off Missile was a cool one. And for all other types of things, for blue, we got the Crew, got Peel Off, Shoe, and Mine. Blue hates this trio altogether. But for the most part, Shoe kind of hates on 3 colors. But really good for the battle card floodgate like Android 17, Oceanus, etc. etc. Then for our last side deck card is the Broly. Pretty simple. If they want to keep energy up for something bigger like a Topo or something, or Android 13, which I can kind of play with the other cards if I don't see it, I can just Broly that out the hand right away. And like, it's shocking enough, we don't play in the age of counter plays anymore. So they'll probably walk into it or get hit, but I never want to not run it because I like to make them respect it. There's a few other cards like I was saying before in the beginning. I wanted to make this smooth and consistent. That's why I didn't rock this, because I don't want to spend a lot of time defending unless I actually have to. Same with this. I feel like in playing this deck, there were turns where I were running this in past. You can see in a gameplay video. Do I want to commit to these cards or even this, or just continue with my Android line, or set that back a turn? In hindsight, I always wanted to continue with my Android line because it sets me up better for next turn. But in a slower game, these are pretty amazing if you want to play it more mid-rangey style. But this list can be go in the beginning, but you can pivot with the exclusion of the side deck. And there's like another few cards I've seen in a few decks just for, I don't know about positive card advantage. It's probably a good cycle and such, and just a double strike. But this deck in this current base form, which I just displayed, is really consistent. I usually see mostly everything I need to see when I need to see it. But we'll get some more data and more visuals on the channel. So all I gotta say is thanks for watching my 17 and 18 profile, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Later.